Well, hi there, it's Kim Willis again, and welcome to this little testimonial case history presentation. What I've done is I've selected a few stories, just a handful of stories, just to give you an idea as to the kind of the results that members of the Mastermind program, Simple Online Success Mastermind program, experienced. Bear in mind that the three examples that I've got from people who made the commitment to get into action. It's all very well attending a mastermind and watching training videos and so on, but unless you get into action, well, you're just going to be like most other people, and you'll still be without a result. So some people just like to sort of sit back and watch their perpetual spectators, but the spoils go to the participators, that's for sure. So let's have a look at these three stories. Each one of these people got into action, and each one of them got a result. You will get a result with this process and with this program. There's nothing surer. It's guaranteed. I guarantee it, providing you take action. What will the result be? Well, in the first instance, you're going to get more engagement because you'll be posting useful and interesting content on Facebook and presumably Twitter as well. So you're going to get some engagement. That is a result in itself. That's your foundation, engagement. People that like or share or comment on your post, they could very well be prospects for your business, for your product. So we want to get that engagement thing happening on your wall, on your news feed, whatever you want to call it. But then we want to be able to, we need to take the next step, which is to do with messaging, direct messaging. That's more one-to-one engagement, isn't it? It's away from the Facebook news feed, the Facebook wall or the Twitter feed, and it's via the chat facility. We need to do both, but everything starts with content. All right. So with that thought in mind, let's have a look at the first example I've got here. This is from Joy Healy, and I'll just read the words, the text. These are her words. I haven't changed a thing. I've just completed Kim Willis' Simple Online Success Mastermind. Although we were introduced to some very useful new tools, the training was more about the psychology of selling. I use inverted commas because it's most definitely not a sell course. That will only burn your contacts and damage your reputation. Instead, Kim showed us a more effective way to get to the root of people's problems and solve them. That's very well said. I couldn't have said it better myself. Joy's a pretty good writer. She is a content creator. She has been a blogger for many years. She's also a network marketer, and she puts out some good content. And she worded that beautifully, didn't she? And I think she really hit the nail on the head. That's what we're wanting to do, is we're wanting to identify problems that people have and then solve them. It's not just about spamming people. In fact, it's not about spamming people at all. No one's ever accused me of being a spammer. Yet we know that there are lots and lots of spammers out there in social media land. And they annoy us, and they turn us off, and we end up blocking them or unfriending them or whatever. She also says equally valuable were his tips on turning the table on those who think marketing is sending a link in the first message. Since applying Kim's techniques, I've been having more effective conversations and engagement both online and offline. I highly recommend Kim's Mastermind to anyone who needs more warm leads to convert into customers. So there you go. That's from Joy Healy. Let's have a look at another one. This one is from Richard Seaton. He's a funny guy. I've got two separate testimonials from him. The first one is just a straight testimonial. The second one is more like a case history. But let's have a look at the first one. It's been a busy week and I finally sat down to the webinar 3 replay. In fact, I just finished it. Oh boy. So many new concepts for me in there. Definitely time to reboot my marketing tactics. You have highlighted some things on there, Kim Willis, which I can't wait to try out this weekend. Thanks. Now, he mentions the Webinar 3 replay. The webinar series is for professional members of this mastermind, the pro members. Okay, so if you want to have access to the replays or even to the live webinars, and you're currently a free member, you'll need to upgrade. And for the small amount of money that is required, I think you'll find it extremely worthwhile, as Richard has found. So let's have a look at this other quote from Richard. This includes some figures. I've created 34 meaningful friends via Twitter, and this is during the 30-day period of this process, the initial period. Okay, and to be quite honest, Richard didn't really get going until about halfway through. He was just trying to absorb it all, trying to make sense of it, trying to make it fit with his view of the world. But then he got started, and this is what happened. 34 meaningful friends via Twitter and Facebook, made 11 sales. Now, these are only small sales, okay, because he's in a particular niche that enables him to lead with small products. But if you know anything about marketing, you'll know something about back end, okay? The back end. We need a good front end, but we need a back end as well. Now, Richard has a back end, and a percentage of these people have bought these front end offer kind of products will likely upgrade to his bigger ticket upsell offer. That's how we do it. That's one. I actually teach this in the mastermind from time to time as well, this concept. So if it's a bit unfamiliar to you, don't worry about it. We'll show it to you. If you're selling a bigger ticket product, generally we don't lead with the big ticket product. We'll lead with something small, just like Richard has done. The hardest sale in some respects that you'll ever make is that first small sale. The easier sales often come after that. The customer likes what he's bought. He wants to go deeper on the topic, so he'll buy a more expensive, more expansive version of that original cheap product. That's how we make money. And it's certainly one of the ways that has turned me into a 7-figure earner online. But most importantly, I've learnt the power of real full-on engagement marketing and gained massive confidence. Thanks. Do I need to say any more? Probably don't even need to show you the third one. Just that testimonial and the previous one, those two really encapsulate what this program is all about. And as I said at the outset, if you commit to the implementation process, you actually get into action and do some work, you are going to get a result. There's nothing surer. You're going to get some kind of a result in the early period, and you'll likely get a bigger result after that. Okay, let's have a look at I will show you the last one. This is from Peter Beckenham. During the period, once again, he's talking about during that 30-day period, and I think if memory serves me right, Peter may correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure he didn't get started with the implementation process in the very first week, and that's completely normal. I would be the same, particularly when I'm learning new concepts and new techniques and tactics and strategies and so on. I need to absorb it all. It needs to gestate a little bit so that I feel comfortable with it and I can just make it fit with my belief system. And Peter wasn't any different. So he sort of was tossing it around, just getting used to these concepts that I cover. And these concepts are a little different. Even people that have been doing Facebook or Twitter or both for a period of time and they think they've been engaging properly, when they go through this mastermind, they realize they've been doing nothing, or not much. They've been scratching the surface. So this stuff that I teach goes deep. Okay. So this is what he said. During the period, I got 28 new Facebook followers who regularly touch base with me and like my stuff. That's fantastic. Not only did he get 28 new Facebook followers or friends, that's one thing, and that's not a bad result itself. I think a 3-week period, essentially. But these weren't just 28 any old Facebook friends. These are people who are engaging with him. They regularly touch base with him, and they like his stuff. They like his content, which is one of the things that we teach you how to do. And he's had 5 sales already after just 3 weeks. Once again, there's small sales, but a total of $303 there. Peter also has a back end. He has a big ticket. He has a big ticket offer on the back end, and a percentage of people who buy, the initial offer will upgrade. That's been my experience, because I've been doing it like this. I've been doing it this way for years. To me, 5 new customers, whether the value is to you is $303 or $500 or even $100, to me that is priceless, because I know what will flow from that process at the back end. So there you go. That's from Peter. Now, Peter will be writing a more fulsome testimonial very soon. He's been very busy. He has lots of issues happening in his life. But just the bare bones of it, that's pretty impressive. Because here is a guy who I don't think had made a single sale from social media. I could be wrong on that. But if he had made a sale, it would have been like 1 or something like that. Because I know Peter pretty well. So he's come out of the starting blocks using these strategies, and within 2 or 3 weeks, he's made 5 sales, 5 new customers. Wouldn't you love that to happen after 2 or 3 weeks from a standing start, from ground zero? Because Peter has been using other ways to generate sales in the past, not on social media. Mainly from he has a blog, okay? But for him to start dead cold and a few weeks later has got 5 brand new customers, it's almost miraculous when you think about it. I get excited about these stories. And in time, of course, more and more stories will be produced with this as a result of people going through this mastermind process. I've got other stories of people who started very late. They basically sat around on their hands for the first 3 weeks. They did nothing. And then they finally got into action in the dying days of that first month. And just like everybody else, they started to get some engagement. Engagement is the first step. They started to get more people liking, sharing and commenting on their Facebook and or Twitter posts. It's predictable. It's entirely predictable. It starts with the engagement and then it ends with leads and sales. You like that? So, if you haven't already joined the latest Mastermind program, please do so. You can join as a free member, but if you want the added benefits, which includes more personal time, one-on-one time with a coach, spend a penny or two, spend some money and upgrade to the Pro membership. It's pretty cheap considering all of the goodies that I've thrown in. It is a bargain. So I'll leave that with you. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't yet signed up, this is where you go. 250kayear.com/mastermind. 250kayear.com/mastermind. Watch the video on that page. It's not a short video because it's not a sales pitch video. Sure, there's an offer. I talk about the free membership option and I talk about the paid membership option, and you can just decide which one you want to go with. But most of it is about core issues. It's about strategy. It's about right thinking. It's about, and I do touch on a few tactics, but I don't go into any great detail because that's what the mastermind is for. That's where you get the detail. Okay? So if you haven't watched the video, watch the video. It goes, as I say, it's around an hour, give or take a few minutes, because I have a shortened version that I may have, by the time you see this video, the shortened version may be in there, but it's still going to be 45 minutes, something like that. So that's what you need to do. You need to watch that video, because I don't want anybody joining my mastermind if they're not in accord with the concept, with the idea. Some people say to me, "Oh, do I have to watch the video? I've got the rough idea as to what you're talking about." And I say, yeah, you do have to watch the video. I don't want people who've just got a rough idea. I want people who are in sync with what we're on about, who are on the same plane, on the same wavelength. It's critically important that you get your head right. So I don't want people joining the mastermind if they don't kind of love the concept. It'd be better that you don't join. But if you love the concept of developing a warm audience which produces hot leads, etc., for nice, easy sales, I made it irresistible for you. But if you love the concept, engaging with people, creating good content on social media platforms, etc., well, then welcome aboard. But you need to understand the concept, and the only real way of doing it is to watch the video. So watch the video, and then you'll see the buttons pop up for the free membership or the paid membership, the professional membership. Choose the one for you, and then the process will start. Okay, this is Kim Willis. Bye for now.